Alright, let's go straight to the point. This will be a short video showing my build based on the combat changes. I'm able to cap most of my stats when I'm buffed in combat. So here it is. Let's start with the boons. For the guild boons, I switched from critical severity to critical strike. It makes sense. Critical severity has a lot of sources. Accuracy should really be the last stat that you worry about. Power, too many sources. You don't want to run a power boon on the guild. Critical strike will be your way to go. At least for me and my build, this is the way to go. And I for anybody, I really wouldn't recommend anything else. Nothing else really makes sense to me. Unless you are some other DPS struggling with accuracy and you have that, then go for that. For defense, I'm sorry, for the defensive one, I'm going for defense. And hit points is what I was running before. So I switched to defense here. Nothing special. Preferably here you will want to go for revive sickness and then the mount speed whenever you are in regular content. For companions, I'm running Suna because I'm testing the damage and having a companion build. What I'm running for the gear is, as you can see here, one for accuracy, one for critical severity, and then one for combat advantage. As you can see, everything is indomitable. I am not running anything else here because I'm not having issues with capping the ratings at all. For the enchantment here, I would recommend everybody run armor break because it does stack and allows everybody to do more damage to the target. Here you can see that I'm running a Q census because I was testing something to cap my combat advantage in different ways. You can go for precision if you need critical strike and things like that. However, I do recommend everybody, if not most people, to run armor break. So as far as the active companion bonuses, I am going for the Black Dragon Insight for the critical chance, 7.5% at Mythic. You have the Face Spider, which it gives you the 3.8% critical chance and combat advantage at Mythic. Installed off is nothing better than this right now for me to cap combat advantage. But Theory for single target whenever you are fighting the boss, you have that 11% more damage, so that's what I'm going for. And then you have the critical chance and combat advantage for the alchemist discipline. But Theory, if you're not fighting the boss, you can switch it for a lot other companions that you could use here. So like for example, the Razor would gives you 3.8% accuracy, 3.8% critical severity. That's a decent one. Um, I also run this instead of the spider every now and then, or put the spider where Batiri is, and then this one in the defense spot. That gives defense and accuracy. Very good one for my build to run and to have the defense where I need to have it. There are several others that you could be running, but you know those are some of the ones that I'm running. As far as for mounts, I am running the Toad or Tunnel Vision. For the equip power, I'm running Opportunism because it has, for me as a TR, I have a lot of cooldown issues with my encounters, and I am running the Celestial set, which I'm gonna go over later, that depend on my encounters to proc my 7.5% more damage. So every time I do an artifact, I get 12% cooldown, which is pretty nice for me, but really you should go with whatever you need. You can go with something that gives you combat advantage, for example, defense. So like right here, where is it? Here it is. Indestructible, it gives you defense if you need a defense. You have the opportunistic that gives you 4,500 combat advantage rating or 4.5% damage, really, if you're not capping it. You also have rapid accuracy that gives you the critical, I'm sorry, the accuracy. So for the most part, I will be running this if I'm not messing around testing this here, just because I like to lose some of those long seconds as they are. for the for the insignias, I am running just whatever you need. What I'm running here is one gone, skill for critical strike and combat advantage, things like that. You have aggression that gives you some good stuff. I will be replacing this mastery. I was just testing a few things around, so I need to move that out of the way. I don't need it there. I am running only two legendary colors. I don't want any more than that because they just continue adding to your item level. And then it only gives you half in rating of that item level. So for example, legendary color gives you 800 item level but only 400 combined rating. That leaves you with 400 more stats that you need to worry about. So I took three of them off. You can do whatever you need to, but that's what I did to cap my stats, is just remove three of them. I don't need more than that. They are useless anyways when it comes to the bonus. The other three are. So outside of that, I forgot to show my campaign boons. So for the campaign boons, just go for what you need. I did a few power just because I removed power from all other sources. I removed my brutalities and radiance and empowers and um, insignias, everything. So I removed everything and just gave it where I needed: critical strike, the critical severity, defense, having combat advantage, even awareness. I don't care much for awareness, but uh, better than more power. I don't need it. So I went here for Forte and recharge speed again because of my cooldown. This is really insignificant. You barely even notice it, but every bit helps. Another option can be the hit points. For single target, I'm going Bloodlust. For the mobs, I'm going Deathly Rage on my loadout. For powers, as a Trickster Rogue or a Rogue, as we're called now, I'm going Lashing Blade, Wicked Reminder, and Assassinate. Normally Stealth, Wicked Reminder. Then I will do my daily Stealth, Lashing Blade, and Assassinate. But it's good to note now that if you're capping your critical severity, Stealth, Lashing Blade is kind of not as good because you already capped. So what does another 50% critical severity would do for you if you're already capped? This is what I have. I'm running Invisible Infiltrator and Oppressive Darkness. I know there's a few other good things that you can probably do, like Skill Infiltrator. If you're missing a little bit critical chance, this will give you 2.5% more, so you can do and play around with that. But this is what I'm currently running for single target. The three on the bottom, one up and then one down. I'm not gonna go too much in detail. You should know this by now if you're a rogue. So for gear, I'm running the T3 headpiece for the 7% combat advantage. Depending on what I'm running, I switch it out. If I'm running Tom, I normally go back to the Prodigy one for the 5% more damage. Another one that I like to run is this one because it gives you up to 10% more critical chance if you're having issues with that. So sometimes I switch my build around depending on what I'm doing, and I go lower on critical chance, and this is how I get it by wearing this. Another potential good one if you're wanting more accuracy is this one, because it gives you 1.5% per stack. You can stack it 5 times for accuracy. The T3 chest piece, this is crucial in my opinion to be able to meet your caps because it gives you 12.5% whenever you have all the stacks of critical strike and critical severity. This is amazing right here. This is my bread and butter really. Bark Shield, I'm keeping a radiance on defense, and darks for utility. Mostly on the radiance because I'm being lazy and I don't really need or care much for other defensive stats right now. But you could replace them for something that gives you defense or something else if you want it to be a little bit more increase your survivability. But I'm good with mechanics and things like that, so I normally stay alive. For overloads, I like to actually go for a good one that a lot of people are overseeing is the where is it here, Devil's Precision. Devil's Precision gives you 5% critical chance and 5% accuracy. Really good one. This comes from the event, the Nightmares one. I'm not gonna go too much in detail on that, and whatever else you need, right, for your overloads. Celestia is what I'm going for weapons, but of course, whatever you have, Lion Hearts or anything else will be fine. It's not as important anymore, but I'm going Biothorn, and most people are going Assassins on offensive. Probably the best for DPS to go Assassin. I'm choosing to go Silvery single stats. I'm making it do this way and capping everything. I will be keeping the single stats instead. But yes, Assassins would not be wrong. Rusty Iron Leggings, the book set, the T3 pants and shirts. This is mostly because of my cooldown issue that I mentioned earlier. Tenebrous 15, I would recommend everybody to your run one. You have the music set box, is what I'm running, but you can replace this by the Lothmouth set, or there's other options that you can do as well. I've been running the striking ring and the gold ring for the combat advantage and accuracy. I will be probably replacing this for the Shadow Stalker again later, but I'll play around with it. So um, for the what am I going to say now? Sorry. So the item level is what you can drop if you go to the lower ones, even Demogorgon said, and maybe it'll make it easier for you to cap your stats if you drop like 1,000 item level or whatever. So that's, you have options. For modifications on the weapons, as a TR, I'm still going for critical severity. It's really not much better. I'm going for combat advantage here, but sometimes I swap it out for critical strike depending on what I'm doing with my build. That will be it on that sheet. Um, and I actually believe I already covered everything else. So let me just say for the last part that what I'm choosing to go with here is strength and Cha here because of the forte and recharge speed. However, I have a different loadout where I go strength and dex, and I actually like that one better. Even though it's only giving me the critical severity and movement speed, I'm not having issues with the combat advantage, so I don't really need the combat advantage or the power that the forte is giving me. I already have plenty of forte for my darks and all of that, so strength and dex I'm liking better. But this loadout has this setup here. Yes, so you shouldn't be running around capped if you're unbuffed with anything. All of those should be capping whenever you're buffed and running content. So I'm able to cap my power, combat advantage, critical strike, and critical severity. Sometimes, depending if I'm changing some things around. I may have my critical strike at like 85% instead because I'm choosing to get other sources of damage. My accuracy is last, but it goes up to about 65%, 70%, and that will be it. Thank you, everybody.